Jamal. I recently got gifted some eco-friendly, family-friendly, chemical-free cleaning products, and I have been super excited about busting them open and having a go. So I thought, let's do it now, let's open them, and I'm also going to be showing you some of the things that I have in my kitchen that I didn't have in my British kitchen, some things that just I feel like are very kind of Arab, very Jordanian type things that I've got here, because I feel like it might be interesting. So let's open this box.
Hello, I'm Maggie.
Careful with your little fingers, babe. Oh.
So cool.
Do you still want the box there, Tam, to play cars on? What do we need right now to get started? I need some table cleaner and things, some surface cleaner. Hi guys, my camera just about survived, but I am going to have to take it to a camera shop because the screen is a little bit broken. So I want to continue with this video anyway, there's still hope for it. One of the reasons why I'm so excited about sharing this product with you guys is because in Jordan it's actually pretty common to be using things like bleach and Dettol on the floors and on the surfaces, even when there are children in the house, and I have been struggling to find a product that is family friendly and affordable. Basically, when you spray this and you leave it for a couple of minutes, you can smell a little bit of vinegar in it, which is obviously a well-known chemical-free, child-friendly house cleaning product. But when I've tried to make vinegar cleaners, it's always ended up smelling really pungent of vinegar. This doesn't. This smells really light, and it goes away after you wipe down the surface. So you leave it for 5 minutes and then you wipe down the surface afterwards. I'm really happy with the floor cleaner as well, knowing that Hashem can go and lick the floor like he does and he's not getting harmed in any way. So that's really cool. Let's start with talking about what's inside my cupboards. I'm going to start with the spices first because I feel like, I mean, we're in the Middle East, that's the interesting stuff, right? So first thing that I don't have in my UK kitchen, not that I had a UK kitchen, but that's not in my mum's kitchen, is sumac or sumag or sumac. This is a beautiful spice that is very expensive in the UK. It's not too expensive here. And we use it on, oh, it's pouring it all over the counter. We use it in salads and on different kinds of dishes. It's got this kind of, it's got a kind of like a sour taste to it, I guess. And it turns everything pink. It's really, really special. Actually, if you use it with onions, if you thinly slice onions, mix it with sumac, and this, which is something else I don't have in the UK, this is citric acid. We call it lemon salt, which is a nicer name. I've just poured it all over the counter. Citric acid is something that we use on salads and things, and any time that we want something really, really acidic. A lot of Middle Eastern food is really acidic, which is something that I wasn't really aware of before, that surprised me before. So yeah, citric acid is something. Another thing, za'atar. Smack on my camera. Za'atar literally means thyme. So za'atar, you can use it just by itself with olive oil. You can put it on bread with labneh and things. You can eat it. I mean, if I was in the West, I'd probably have za'atar on toast. I feel like it would be really nice with butter on toast. But it's used for all different kinds of things here, but mainly stuff to do with bread. And it's got quite like a nutty texture. And like with most of these kinds of things, it varies from city to city and region to region how they make it. And it can come in various different colors and things, and textures and tastes. Something else that I have never owned in England is Nutella. Nutella is a huge deal here. Everyone loves Nutella. Everywhere you go, you can find something Nutella flavored. And yeah, naturally we always keep a jar of Nutella here, but I never had it in the UK. And naturally we've got pickles. Sorry about the packaging. I couldn't get the label off this one and I needed to put them into a smaller jar. But here we've got some homemade pickles, which are, again, they're very citrus. They're very different to the kinds of olives that we are used to. I think in the UK we're more used to kind of Italian olives and things. These are very different. They're scored down the sides to help with the preserving process. And you just wash them off when you eat them. So no Arab home is complete without their pickles. I've also got up here almonds for frying and putting on top of rice dishes, vermicelli, or like little noodles, tiny little noodles that I use in rice sometimes. Lentils, obviously. I don't think that I'd ever cooked in the UK with cardamom pods before. Cardamom and I've just run out, but big sticks of cinnamon. These little pods, I use them with any time I cook chicken and in different rice dishes and things. And I use them so often that I keep them next to my oven. And this is miramia. Miramia is a cousin of sage, and this I use in tea. You can make miramia tea just on its own, but I always put it in just normal kind of Lipton tea. At the end, once it's boiled with its sugar, I put some of this in at the very end so it doesn't boil or anything. And it smells really smoky. It's an incredible smell. It's smoky and sweet, and it just adds this whole other kind of dimension to black tea. I wouldn't have it with milk though, I don't think it would taste good. Another thing is my olive oil. So no Arab home is complete without olive oil. This hasn't got any kind of marking on it, but this is a big, what's it called, a tinica? This is called a tanica, like a big old can of olive oil. I will show you the color, hang on. So this is the color of this oil. Just to give you an idea of how beautiful and how extra virgin this olive oil is. It is just this beautiful, rich, kind of golden green color, and it comes fresh from the farms, and everybody gets a tanica and holds on to it for dear life because it's really, really, really expensive. And it lives under the sink. Something else that I've got here that I didn't have in the UK is lots and lots of different kinds of trays. I've got the everyday trays here, and then I've got the fancy ones up there. But yeah, we've got like really, really, I should get them down. Should I get them down? I'm gonna get them down. So we've got the really, really super fancy trays for guests. Silver one and the gold ones, they're really heavy. Oh look, you can see yourself. No, that doesn't work, does it? So these trays especially for guests, and a silver and gold one. Yeah, I'd never have something like this in the UK. And even trays, like I don't know, at home we only ever had kind of one tray. So here, I don't have glass in my cupboards. That's a whole video in itself. So up here we've got these tiny little cups. I've got hundreds and hundreds of them that are especially just for guests. They are teeny weeny, they look like little espresso cups, but they're not, they're just for a regular Turkish coffee. But obviously in the UK you kind of, like, you have bigger cups, I guess. And then you see, just got like hundreds of these, and people often give them as gifts when they come. Then you've always got the teacups as well. So the teacups are like this. Because we drink black tea, you don't usually tend not in Jordan to put milk or condensed milk or anything like that in your tea. So this is your teacup, and also got hundreds and hundreds of those, special for guests and things, and we live in a special cupboard. Something else that we didn't have in the UK or in my house is millions of these big ashtrays. Because people don't tend to smoke inside the house, and not that many people smoke anyway. But obviously here everyone smokes and people will smoke inside your house. So you have to have lots of ashtrays. Back over here. Something else. No home is complete without one of these. This is a big kind of dish that you use. You use them for putting rice, like dishing out rice onto, making a big mound of rice look beautiful for guests and things, or just for lunch. And you can also use these dishes for maybe not the nicer ones like this, but you can use these dishes for when you're preparing foods, for when you're cutting your mluchia, or which is a kind of leafy green, or when you are rolling your vine leaves and things. Then you've got these things as well, these round oven dishes that I don't think we have them in the UK. I don't think I've ever seen them before. But this is my smallest one. They come a lot bigger than this, and they typically are used instead of rectangular trays. I don't know why, it seems to be preferable to have these round ones. And then we've also got these tagine dishes. This was a gift from my my grandmother-in-law. I've got 3 of these. This is the biggest one, I think. But I mean, I think we've probably got more similar things to this in the UK, but this is obviously something kind of traditional for cooking rice and things in. And then finally, we've got these tiny little dishes that we wouldn't have, I don't think, in the UK. These are for different, like, they're for meze and things, and for salad and for yogurt and things. I have hundreds of them here, and I never had them in the UK because we don't eat that kind of food, I guess. And I've got my hummus and fool dishes. These are special traditional, I mean, these ones are plastic, so they're not that traditional, but these are specially for hummus and fool. In this design, the proper ones are like made out of terracotta or earthenware, or yeah. So we've got these. Didn't have these in the UK. Also didn't have a big, it's hotter than I expected. I also didn't have a kettle like this in the UK. I gave up on normal electric kettles because the fuses just kept blowing on them and I got sick of trying to replace them. So I opted for an old-fashioned kettle that usually you would just make tea in, but I use this to heat all water because I love it. It's really, really, really fast. And isn't it just cute? So yeah, things that I didn't have in my UK kitchen that I have in my Jordanian kitchen that I think that I would be loath to have to give up if we ever moved, because I love them. So that's my video for this week. I hope that you're all doing well. Take care. Tell me what you've got in your kitchen or anything that you have. Take care. Ma salama. Bye guys.